So I am Krish Balasubramanian. I work in the technology industry. More than what I do about professionally or for a living, it's much more important to kind of talk about why go into some concept of getting back to nature, which is where the entire conversation and the discussions began. Two important things for me. Principally, I kind of did not want to work with somebody who was established. I wanted to have opportunities kind of given to youngsters who were challenging themselves enough into the entrepreneurship. The second thing was I was very conscious about the carbon footprint that we are leaving through. From a structural perspective, I think the thing that impressed me the most was making use of materials that kind of become as reusable as possible to the maximum capacity. Of course, there's a little bit of carbon footprint that we would live, but having those open discussions in the beginning helped through in deciding, okay, these are the guys I want to work with. From a structure perspective, the A-frame structure was always in my mind. But then I was also thinking about, will that be sufficient for even though it is a small amount of space, would it be sufficient for us to come here and survive through, even if it is for weekends, comfortably, having friends and family over and all of that stuff. From a progress perspective, right from the very first design that we had, let that be on having the concept as open as possible, having those A-frames in mind, at the same time taking in values and things through from designing the frames, from choosing natural elements across, let that be the color palette, let that be with the tile structures that we are choosing through. I think it's come out pretty well. The initial discussions really help, and I think those back and forth is what makes the difference. Like I said, for me, I was much more looking at somebody who's not well established in the industry. I wanted to work somebody who's daring, at the same time ready to experiment, learn with us on the job, and give youngsters an opportunity who are coming up in the world of construction, who are kind of conscious about the environment as well. It's not easy to find such people. Let me start there. So how did I find about SARTH? I ended up just adding a post. I can't even remember the website where I kind of said, I'm looking for somebody who is willing to work with me. It's not going to be